What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Playmaker Way with the playbook. Hope you have a great day, morning, or evening. And y'all read the title, man. Top 3 confirmations to enter a trade, supply and demand. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I appreciate you giving this video a chance. Make sure to hit that bell and sub button because we don't just post weekly content like this, but we also post weekly crypto analysis, weekly stock analysis, as well as day trading tips. And most importantly, we live stream and live trade every day, London session 3 a.m. EST on this very same channel. So we do things a little bit different over here. We're not your typical investment channel or page. We show you how to make money both on the front end as well as money on the back end when it comes to investing on these charts. Special shout out to the members and students. We had another crazy month. I'm gonna do the recap of the month on Monday, but we only lost one trade the month of March. Went absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. Y'all see it. Y'all see me scrolling. Y'all see it. So that, and then on February, and then for February, skip that. Then for February, we went 12-0, gives 100% win rate. And then to start off the year, January, we went 17-3, gives 85% win rate. So we absolutely smacked Q1 right in the face, man, really firmly. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to stop right here. So we look at here, NAS 100. You can see the date here, which is Friday the 28th. So you go to Friday's live stream as well as Thursday's live stream. On the same channel, you will see that we were talking about sales and looking for sales at these exact price points. All right. And then during New York session, during the New York price watches for the members and students, I told them we could look for continued sales going here and here, just like I did in the London session live. Right. And if you don't believe me, here's that clip right here. NAS 100. We're still looking for sales. Looks like it's not about to retest that level. So we're going to watch to see if we can hold this level as resistance at 19,660. If we can hold 19,660 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sales going down to 19,480. So as you can see here, this was a beautiful 1 to 4 short ratio setup, which means whatever I risked, I made 4 times that amount. If I would have risked $100, I would have made $400. If I would have risked $1,000, I would have made $4,000 off this one trade alone. So now I'm going to show y'all why I knew to look for sales, why I was looking for sales, and how you can catch a similar move just like this one. So first things first, as we can see here, this is what price looks like before the week played out. And why I'm stressing this is because in order to understand what took place last week, you have to understand what took place the week beforehand. So first thing you'll want to do before you take any trade is you want to identify the trend. You want to identify the trend on the bigger time frame. Again, I'm not saying we're trading on the bigger time frame, but we need to identify the trend on the bigger time frame. The reason why we identify the trend on the bigger time frame is because the bigger time frames tell you and explain what direction price is moving overall, but the smaller time frames only explain and tell you what price is doing at that exact moment, which is why we try to identify the trend and then enter and do all these things all at the same time on the same small time frame. You constantly get caught in these fake outs and quote unquote liquidity sweeps, versus when you identify a trend on the bigger time frame and go to floor price on the bigger time frame, you will have a higher likelihood of the trade going in your favor and catching that ultimate move. So when we look at NAS 100 here, we see that we're clearly in a downtrend. How do we know we're in a downtrend? Because we don't see this. This is what an uptrend looks like, right? We do not see this, we see this. And just like I talk about in the playbook, it says here for the uptrend to continue or start, we need to break past the previous high, which would give us a new higher high. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So we can see here that we don't see any higher highs and we see clear lower lows getting made. But let's hit the play button so we can see how price did do a reversal, but did it hold this level as support? Let's see. It's just, look, so did it hold this level as support? No, it did not hold this level as support. So again, let's go back to the screenshot of the playbook. Rejections and reversals happen, but a reversal doesn't always mean this trend is going to change. Okay, and for the uptrend to come into play, it would have to turn that resistance level into a support, right? But this time, price turned that support level back into resistance, which gave us that lower low, right? So again, we see here That price made a high, but failed to hold as low as support and pushed back down to where price was at last time. So a lot of people fell for this fake out, not understanding why price tanked to the downside the last 3 days. And I'm telling you, price tanked to the downside the last 3 days because we're still in a downtrend. The rules to the downtrend is, in order for the trend to change, price is going to have to break that support resistance level treated as support. And we can clearly see here price, when it retraced and retest, which is also why I tell y'all on the smaller time frames, always wait for retest, did not hold as support. So now let's go back and rewind a little bit, right? So again, this was a trade we took on Friday. So this is what price was looking like on Friday, right? So again, there's a reason why when we mark off our key price levels, why I had buy ideas here, because you see I took buys here, but that's because price broke this level and held it as support, as we can see here, right? And this level was previously resistance where we was catching sells, but since we gapped and then we broke this resistance level and treated it as support, we can see the uptrend continue, right? But we see here price failed to break this support level and treat it as resistance, then broke this support level and treated it as resistance, then broke this support level and treated it as resistance, which brought what? The downtrend back into play. And we can even see the bearish momentum right here. So another reason why I always talk about you want to wait for the retest confirmation is because imagine you would have took this trade because it broke this level. All you had to do was wait an extra 10 minutes and you would have saved yourself some money, right? And then a lot of people would assume buys was going to happen because price did this move and start holding this level as support. But again, this is why it's important to follow the flow of price. We see clear bearish momentum. So again, people will tell you online to chase price. No, what I'm teaching you is not to chase price, but follow the flow of price. Know the ultimate direction price is going, and then wait for those confirmations for the next place to look for sells at. Okay, so let's go ahead and fast forward. So again, I missed this initial setup up here because you can see here, this was pre London session. So when price did retest this level, I missed that setup. As you can see, this was right before London session started. So again, you don't want to chase trades. You want to either wait for price to retest this level again or break this next level. So imagine if you would have freaked out when London session started, which was right here, you would have took that sell just for price to retrace near this level, or just for price later on to break this level. You get what I'm saying? So again, the goal isn't to catch every pip in the market. The goal is to go for high probability, high quality setups. So with a little bit of patience, price broke this level. Now, if this was a huge rip, but when we go into a smaller time frame, we can see here, but we have to go on a smaller time frame, right? So when we go into a smaller time frame, you can see here how price was treating this level as support, then it closed underneath here, and then you see this wick. This wick was, before this candlestick was red, was green. This wick was the retest, showing that it was holding this level as resistance, and then from there we went to the sell. Okay, so you don't understand how wicks and bodies work. Series 2 of the playbook will be dropping next month, so just be on the lookout for that, as well as the revamp of the course. That's neither here nor there, because you got to understand how candlesticks work. I know I always been talking about flow of price over candlesticks, but that's because a lot of people don't really understand how candlesticks work, right? So again, I got that for y'all later. But again, with just some patience, once price broke that level, you can see the volume kicked in. And let's say you didn't see that retest confirmation, the price broke too far. I'll say we can look for sells here. And again, if price can hold that level as resistance, you can look for sells. So again, we see price has this level of support. You see price is retesting this level as resistance right here. And then we see price push down again. So what are the 3 confirmations that we need to look for when going for trades? First confirmation is to figure out what trend we're in, okay? The second confirmation is price, like for example, if we're in an uptrend, you only want to look for buys, downtrend, you only want to look for sells. So that second confirmation is price holding said level as support? Is price holding said level as resistance, okay? Then the third confirmation is, again, downtrend consists of lower lows, uptrend consists of higher highs. Do we still see lower lows getting made? Do you still see higher highs getting made? It's literally that simple, y'all. Identify the trend, go with the flow of price, enter buys for support, sells off resistance, don't break out trade, wait for the retest, which again is showing you if price is still holding that level as resistance or support, and still showing you if higher highs or lower lows are being made. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Make sure to hit that first link in the description and join the free Signal free Telegram. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels by Signal service, my mentorship program, make sure to hit those links in the description, y'all. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. Advanced Play Signal, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members, we trade London session, and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free Signal, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York Price Watch List. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible sales going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this Signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York Price Watch List. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now all the stuff that I just went over, you get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the Advanced Play Signal Room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long, but you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded in an hour long and they're sent to you same day. Those are yours to keep for life. So if you're interested in that, hit those links in the description. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also make sure to follow me on there, and TikTok _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. And I'll see y'all next time I'm live or next time I post a video. Peace. We out.